Hi, I'm Ty Fance, and the name of my story is Forbidden Fruit. Um, when I was a kid, Aunt Maud was this elderly lady who lived down the street from me. She wasn't related to me or any of the other kids in the neighborhood. We just called her Aunt Maud. She was about 5'2", a little on the plump side. She wore a comfortable but slightly worn powder blue bathrobe with these fluffy red slippers. And she always had her hair up in these big pink foam rollers. Those were real popular back then. And whenever we played football or baseball, any game out in front of her house and got too loud, she would come out on the porch and you'd hear, boys, boys, why don't you guys go on somewhere else with all that nonsense? Go on now, making all that noise. Go on, get on out of here before you break something. Go. Okay, Aunt Maud. Now, Aunt Maud didn't have a husband. She didn't have any kids, and she lived alone. So me and my best friend Felix. Now, Felix was a 1 year older than me and way more street smart. But what we used to do is we go by and check on her from time to time. Ty, you knock on the door. I'm not knocking on the door. You knock on the door. You go ahead, man. I'm not knocking on the door. You scared? No, I ain't scared. I just don't want to knock on the door. You scared? I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. So I knocked on the door for about 3 minutes, and she didn't answer. Hey, man, let's leave, man. Maybe she gone or something, or maybe she dead. Why she got to be dead? Because she old, man. She got to be at least 50. Man, you stupid. As we turn to leave, the door cracks open, and out pops this bouquet of pink, followed by these big eyes. Boys, what y'all doing out here making all this noise? What's going on? Oh, me and Felix, we were on our way to play football, but not in front of your house because you told us not to play in front of your house. But we thought we'd come by and see how you was doing. Yeah, and because you took so long, Ty said you were old and that you were dead. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Well, I ain't. I'm old, but I ain't dead. All right. So we also like doing errands, running errands for Aunt Martin. And she didn't have a lot of money, but that didn't matter because she paid us with home baked chocolate chip cookies. And man, she did not skimp on the chocolate chip. You couldn't pick up one of those cookies without getting melted hot chocolate on your fingers. Delicious. The only problem was we had to listen to her talk before we can get those cookies. Boys, I'm so thankful for you coming by to do this, go to errands for me, because I'd go myself, but I've been ill lately. I had this pain that was in the back of my neck, and it marinated down to my hips and spent a couple of days there, making me very uncomfortable. Then decided to go on down to my ankle and swole that up something terrible. I went to the doctor. Doctor said I got hypertension and diabetes. I said, oh, Lordy. Then he gave me these pills. I took them. Everything seemed to be fine. And then the other day, though, my hip on the left started to bother me a little bit, and then it went on down to my big toe, hurt some fierce. I decided I'm not taking them pills. Figured if the good Lord's ready to take me, I'm ready to go. Oh, Lordy, look at me just going on, and you boys sitting there waiting for these cookies. So she finally gives us the cookies, and we're eating them. And as I do this, I notice leaning over against the refrigerator is this old, rusty looking double barreled shotgun. I'm like, my goodness. Ma, you got a shotgun? Yes, I bought that a long time ago, right after my husband died. Bought it for protection. Yeah. I call it Mr. Scatter. You call it Mr. Scatter? Why you call it Mr. Scatter? Because when I point at people, that's what they do. Oh, my goodness. And we just laugh. Now, we, Felix and I, love those chocolate chip cookies. But what we loved more was what Aunt Maud grew in her garden. These big, red, juicy tomatoes. Oh my God. We would jump the fence at night, take a couple, and eat them on the way home. Juice would be running all in between our fingers and down our forearms, right? Trail of evidence behind us. One time we were at Aunt Ma's house and we eating our cookies after listening to her talk for 20 minutes while broccoli gives her gas. When she says, boys, I need y'all's help. Y'all know anything about somebody stealing my tomatoes? Uh, Felix like, oh no, no, Maude, I don't know nothing about nobody taking your tomatoes. How about you, Ty? You know anything about somebody stealing my tomatoes? No, ma'am, Maude, I don't know nothing about nobody jumping your back fence and eating your tomatoes and then eating them on the way home. I don't know nothing about that. She's like, Well, I'll tell y'all what, if I catch somebody in my garden, they behind's gonna be mine. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take Mr. Scatter and I'm gonna blast them where the good Lord split them. They're gonna feel hot lead and then they'll be dead. Mm-hmm. Well, you would think the threat of hot lead and being dead would be enough to deter two little delinquents from doing any bad things, right? Well, no. That very night, me and Felix were up to our normal shenanigans. This time, eating the tomatoes right there in the garden. When I hear a sound, I'm like, hey, man, did you hear that? What? Dad, did you hear that? No. What are you talking about? So I lean up over the bush to look toward the back of Aunt Ma's porch. Now, dude, Aunt Ma is sitting on the porch and she's got Mr. Scatter in her lap. What? Yeah, shh, quiet. When I say go, we run. Go, man. We raced through that garden, man, tearing up stuff, stepping on carrots, cucumbers, collard greens, and tomatoes. We got to the back fence, and I heard boom, boom. The adrenaline just shot through me, and I leaped over the fence pretty much. Ran for 3 blocks before I realized what had happened. Felix, Mom shot me in the butt, man. Yeah, man, she shot me too, and it's burning. Ooh, we gonna die, because she said it's gonna be burning, and then we gonna be dead, and we gonna die. Well, obviously we didn't die. But, oh man. But it was 2 weeks before we were physically and emotionally recovered enough to go check on our mod again. So you're not going to do it. Man, don't start that again. I'm not knocking on the door. You're not going to do it. Man, knock on the door. You're not going to last time. Look, I'm not doing it, man. So I don't care what you say. At which time the door creeps open and that bouquet of pink fell through. What y'all doing out here again, making all this noise? We were just thinking about you and thought maybe we come by and check on you and see how you're doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Ty was make sure you're not dead. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Well, I'm not dead, but you two will be the next time I catch you in my garden. Mm-hmm. How's y'all's behinds? Well, mine's still sore. Mine too. Mm-hmm. Salt rock will do that. Burn like hell, but it won't kill you. Y'all learn your lesson? Yes, ma'am. I know I did. Yeah, me too. Me too. I learned my lesson. Well, all right, now I need y'all to go to the store for me. Here's my note. Here's the money. Make sure you bring all my change back. Yes, ma'am. We'll bring your change back. Mm-hmm. Hurry back, because I'm going to put some cookies in the oven for you. Or would y'all prefer sliced tomatoes? Mm-hmm. Thank you.